Welcome to the River Wye in Hereford. We're here for the River Wye Spring 2-Day Festival. 54 of the country's top river anglers fighting out for this trophy and £1,000. I'm joined with event co-sponsor and competitor today, Andy Neal. Mate, we've got a slightly different river than we've had recently.
Yeah, well, the forecasts have got it catastrophically wrong, haven't they?
They have, but as we know, even with a bit of extra water, this is going to fish today. What are you expecting?
Well, that's the beauty of it here, isn't it? I mean, you can come here with 2, even 3 meters of water on, and all you do is alter your tactics in the way you fish. You're still going to catch plenty of fish. Never happen in any other river across the country, but no. As we know here, it's a different kettle of fish.
I think as well, I think this time of year is different, this festival is different, whereas if we have this sort of conditions before Christmas, everything's bleak dominated, whereas I think on this time of year, bleak will play a part. But everything will come in. Barbel, certainly.
Yeah,
and I think as well, these, it's not gone too coloured. Roach, perch, dace, there's going to be some really interesting tactics today. I think a lot of feeder work, but I think some real, interesting tactical decisions to be made.
Definitely. I think, obviously, there's been some colossal weights of chublets caught over the winter here. Ridiculous headline in every publication going. But with this colouring, that's obviously going to put them down. So they're not going to be as ravenous, if at all, with this amount of colouring, which, of course, as you said, brings every other species into play.
I think as well, it's nice. In some ways, it's nice having this festival this time of year. We've had, like you say, we've had the big weights. It's headline news. This river is just on fire. Yeah. Big chub weights. But this is, is like I say, it changes it tactically a bit. More species come into play, but it's still incredible. I mean, I can't tell you how hot my phone is for a ticket. I mean, we only have 54 anglers on this festival. Yeah. I could sell double that. Yeah. It's so popular because of the thing. And even, I think at this time of year, I do get some stick for calling it the Spring Festival. Apparently it's not spring yet.
Oh,
but
it is nearly, it's 12 degrees, Dave.
And I do feel like it's like this is our last big event on the river of the year, and I feel like it does sort of signify a change of time of year and fishing. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's so it's all to play for. Just on the event itself, I mean, this is I think this is the 6th, 7th year now.
Yeah.
Well, I think we had to cancel one, but this is you've obviously been involved with the event since the start, through obviously your own Milo and Bait Tech. Obviously, I'm involved with Bait Tech as well.
Absolutely.
Obviously, as anglers, if I take that side of it away, as anglers, we're very appreciative of any sponsorship. But how do you see the event? I mean, it's become, this is our event now, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed, absolutely. And it's lovely to be part of. It's lovely to be able to give something back. Really, we've got such a special venue here. I know we all wax lyrical about it, but it really is, a jewel in the crown. It's without doubt the best river in the country at this time of year. Without any shadow of a doubt. So to be able to support that and look after the guys who come here week in, week out, and have done for a lot longer than I've been coming, it is great for us, It's,
so from my point of view, certainly on the tackle side with Milo, the equipment, it just fits perfectly for this venue. And again, with Bait Tech, the bait, it's, we couldn't ask for better sponsors of this event. So the anglers have done their draw. Have you drawn well?
I have. I'm not convinced, but everyone says it's all right. I've drawn 61 just down below the rugby club here. Normally, we'd be looking at sort of big floats and floats down the margin and stuff. That's going to be different today. So we've got a nice section, good fun section today, so we should have some fun.
All right, well, good luck, and let's get amongst it, shall we?
You too, mate. Yeah, definitely.
bloke, isn't it? Yeah, well, one of these days, someone's going to slip off one of them blokes.
Still free in that tongue.
38 free. Healed on the edge, mate.
Here we go. Riggers,
Oh yeah,
41.7.
all bleak, mate, all bleak.
Have you enjoyed it?
Well, it's I'm kind of used to it. You just take your brain out, to be fair. I've had 1,460 fish.
Have you actually counted those?
I've lost count a few times, but I've kind of made it look. It was about that. I'm within 20 or 30 at least, I suppose.
Oh, fair play to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, that's winning this bank, that isn't it?
Yeah,
far?
so far I think so. Anyway.
Yeah. And what section are you in now? You're from.
I'm from 54 to 59 my
Right.
section.
Okay. Yeah. So you should have done all right with that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Well, it's a hell of a net of fish, mate. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
So, day 2 of the River Wye Spring 2-day festival. Day 1, what were your thoughts?
I really enjoyed my day's fishing. In fairness, it was difficult as expected. Early on, I went down a feeder approach and caught some really nice fish. And it was looking early on like I might be able to compete with the bleak weights. I tried bleak fishing. And I was never going to catch enough to win, just purely because of the boiling nature of the peg. But unfortunately, that steady little rise we had yesterday, the peg just sort of drifted away from me. But you know, I've caught 20 pound of chublets and roach. I had a lovely day, really.
I saw your net of fish, actually. It was the most impressive net of fish I saw. Yes, there was big roach in there and all kinds.
I'm definitely claiming a moral victory.
It's a moral victory.
It is
and they're important. But, I mean, unfortunately, I said that river rose. It didn't rise fast, but it just rose enough. It just switched everything off, didn't it? So the only species that were left, there was a few chub caught. Very odd, but barbel didn't feed. I think today they might have a go because they didn't feed yesterday. And obviously bleak. And I mean, you know, the usual suspects were on it. Your Hadrians, your Brian Rigby's, they all one section. Steve Mayer, one section, all with bleak wakes. Today, I mean, we've got a better river today. It's higher than we started yesterday, but it's dropping slowly as well. Colour doesn't look too bad. I'm hoping that there might be some proper fish caught today.
I think so, mate. Yeah, without a doubt. As you said, you know, the barbel didn't feed yesterday, and it's so mild that you just can't see them not feeding. You know, they've got to have a go. And
I mean, ultimately, this festival, it's a points festival on your 6 peg points. Invariably, it goes to weight because you have section wins and then weight. And you know, if you get mostly it's 2 section winners. But the good thing is no one had the massive weight yesterday. It was all sort of £42 was the match winning weight yesterday.
Steve
and
Mayer
41, and then there's sort of a host of people then section winners with £30. So you know, if someone puts a big weight of barbel on today, or you know, as I say, another steady sort of 30-40 pound oblique, anything can happen.
Yeah,
so
right.
it's,
one thing we haven't touched on yesterday, somebody else won this section yesterday, didn't they?
that's just what I do, innit?
It's what you do.
I did. I had a moral victory as well. I managed to catch some proper fish. I caught 16 chub, a little barbel. I did catch 100 bleak, just to show that I didn't want to do it.
Let's touch on that, because nobody's actually mentioned the fact that you're reigning champion of this event. Nobody's won it twice.
Listen, I've drawn a decent peg today. I would really fancy, if proper fish fed today, roach, dace and perch, I'd fancy my chances, because I think that I'm on peg 91. I've got the flyer pegs below me and 95s, 96, but it's still a bit big for those. So if proper fish feed, I've got half a chance, but I've got some good anglers in the section, and who knows what's going to happen, but I won't be bleak fishing today. It's proper fish or nothing.
Well,
but, let's see what happens.
I'll be fair. I mean, obviously, Spud's won his section. He's up on the railings. You'll always fancy Spud. Steve Mayer's on a bleak peg, so he's going to be in with a shout as well. But if I was a betting man, I'd be lumping on you today. I'll be fair.
Don't bet any money on me, honestly. But in all fairness, I will guarantee I would bet my house on the fact someone's going to finish with 2 points.
Without doubt.
I just think it's, there's too many good anglers, and it's as we said yesterday, it is a bit of a leveler, these sections, I mean, let's say Steve Mayer, Brian Rigby, they've both drawn bleak pegs. They're going to bang, get their heads down, and they're going to go for it. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, well, good luck, mate.
Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Steve, match win yesterday.
Yes.
What did you weigh? 42?
42.3, I think it was, or 42.2.
What peg was that on?
So on peg 87.
Nice.
No, we had a giggle about it in the morning, didn't we?
Yeah,
we had a good chuckle about that. I drew that on the last festival, and that peg didn't do me no favours. So I wasn't that keen when I drew it. But yesterday it was like a different river. So there was some roach to be caught and bleak.
Yeah.
But not masses of roach, not masses of silver. So you make a decision whether you're going to go for bleak or for silver. So I ended up fishing first hour for roach, and I've had probably £7. And I did see a few bleak coming out in the far bank and gone on that and just fished it for the last 4 hours. And very small bleak, probably about 1,300 fish. So they were tiny bleak. But got the result.
Yeah,
which is all important, the section win.
Yeah.
And the match win was a bonus, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's you don't expect to win a match really on this river now with £40.
Yeah, with £40, yeah.
Yeah, but the river is out of sorts at the moment. It's come up and it's a funny level. It's probably about 7 foot up, I would imagine. So it's a strange level.
So what's this now? 50?
I'm on 56 today, which is a consistent peg for bleak. So yeah,
Is that the plan today?
I think so. Yeah. I've got to look at getting a similar sort of weight to keep me up there, because I think section win's important, but also to get some weight.
Yeah.
Because there's some good anglers who drew well, who won their sections yesterday. So I'm mindful I've got to get the weight as well, as the section win.
Yeah. Well, good luck, fella.
Thank
All
you.
the best. Cheers. Jeff, section winner yesterday. What did you weigh?
£38.
What peg were you on?
Peg 94, just above the bridge.
Yeah.
Been a good area this last few weeks. Obviously, between 91 and 96, there'd been loads and loads of chub, but obviously in a much higher river, we weren't sure whether the chub would feed.
How did you catch?
So I started on a little feeder close in because the river was rising, expecting to be fishing closer and closer in as the match went on. Caught some dace and roach in the first couple of hours, but the guy below me on 95, Ant Taylor, and the guy on 91 were both catching out in the middle of the river.
Yeah.
So I've moved further out. I've caught a barbel halfway through,
Nice.
£2.
Lovely.
And then I've probably caught chub one every 5 minutes till the end of the match, like 12 ounce to a pound.
Lovely.
So
Lovely.
yeah, it was nice in the end when I found out what to do.
Yeah. So 79 today. What's your plan?
Well, I think Blake has definitely got to play a part of it. I know that it's not very popular, but I'm going to try for a barbel. If I catch a barbel, then obviously it buys me more time to fish for more. But I think, like I say, if I need to do well in the section and the barbel aren't feeding, then I'm probably going to have to resort to catching a few bleak. I've got a big slack here, so it's nice for it. I'm near to the water. But like I say, I would like to catch chub and barbel if I can.
Do you fancy this peg?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Ah, good.
So to be honest, I think all these pegs in this section are all capable of winning the section. So there's no favourites, but this is definitely a good bleak peg because I've got a big slack. So I think, like I say, I've got a good fallback plan. If I can't catch the chub and barbel, I should have some bites off some bleak.
Well, all the best, fella. Good
Well,
luck.
thank you very much, and we'll see you in the bar bash.
£19 two.
Sorry, say again.
£19 two. And I had a view, and it runs exactly how I want it. Some of you have fished this festival for the first time this year. It's a low entry festival, it's 54, so that means I'm turning people away, and some of you in this room have been turned away time and time again. So the temptation is always to extend it, to make it bigger, but I think it's right not to, because what we've seen the last couple of days is we've walked 3 days. Well, anyway, that's for another day. But anyway, it is what it is. But part of it, I had, you know, it's a vision I have of how a festival should be, and part of that is the sponsorship of it. This, to me, is how sponsorship of events should be. Your sponsor completely committing to it. Products, yes, prizes, that's part of it, that's great. But actually, the tackle display, everything. And part of my commitment to the sponsors is then to make sure they get the coverage that they deserve for that. And from that side of it, then, I then ask you guys to do that and to make sure that they get the credit they deserve. So I want to say, dang, it's not just Milo, it's Bait Tech as well. Phil Squire at Bait Tech supported this. But to my friend Andy Neal and to Ian and Clive for turning up today, and everyone up, the whole sponsorship deal, thank you. Okay, so on to the sort of prize giving. Now, the first one we do, the ones who fished it before know this, but I'll tell the story, and I'll continue to tell the story every year. A few years ago, we had to cancel the festival, and while I was giving the refunds to everyone, I went to give a refund to Ray South, and he said, "No, Dave." He said, "Keep my £100 and put it towards a prize for the fastest loser, something like a participation award." Unfortunately, Ray died a few months later, suddenly and unexpected. And I decided, with that £100, rather than giving a one-off prize, I decided to buy this little trophy. And it would become part of this festival. It would be a sort of a participation, not for any particular reason, just something to signify festival spirit, which I always talk about, and the way that Ray went about his festivals. At the end of the day, we all want to win, but ultimately there comes a point where we all accept we're lucky to be here doing what we love. And so this award is given in that respect, and for various different reasons. So this year, there was a few incidents over the festival that were in the running. I didn't witness it, but apparently Bobby Giles eating chilies at midnight last night was quite something to behold. Sort of stealing the line as well. Also, apparently Bob Giles lining up his feeder rod and missing the top ring this morning. There is photographic evidence of it, it will be released. But the one that's taken this award today was yesterday for a performance, a section win yesterday, which was done, it was quite ruthless actually. Two good friends next to each other fishing, and the one friend who hasn't beaten the other friend very often beat him handsomely, and the rumours are that there were words as he left the rowing club car park, something along the lines of "yes" or "have that, you cocky little." But the reason I want to give this award, this is to I'm going to give this to Paul Johnson this year, because last year, wait. Last year Paul couldn't fish because of a family bereavement, and I want Paul to take this home, and this can stay with him for the year, and it can be a reminder that fishing is the place where we go where things make sense for 5 hours. Finishing in 6th place with top three. Sorry, top 3 on the day. Apologies. 3rd on day 2 with a weight of 44 £12 ounces, Ryan Rigby.
My hero.
Runner up on the day today with £46 4 ounces was Dangerous 34. Our winner on the day with £59 4 ounces was Joe Holland. Okay then, so overall 6th overall, scoring 3 points with 1 section win and an aggregate weight of 71 pounds 10 ounces was Spud Murphy. 5th with 3 points, 1 section win and aggregate weight of 81 pounds exactly was Mark Jones.
Well, Mark.
We'll move on to a different table now, Charlotte. 4th with 2 points, 2 section wins, an aggregate weight of 56 pounds 12 ounces was Hadrian Whittle. 3rd with 2 points, 2 section wins, an aggregate weight of 79 pounds 6 ounces was Steve Mayer.
It's only £3. The price is on it, £3, look.
Okay, runner-up this year with 2 points, 2 section wins and an aggregate weight of 86 pounds 3 ounces was Brian Rigby.
My hero. My hero. You got to buy me after Riga. So fucking check out the crackers we've got on
Milo Wye Spring 2-Day Festival 2024 with 2 points, 2 section wins, an aggregate weight of 92 pounds 13 ounces with a brilliant performance, winning £1,000 is Joe Holloway. I think Marge will want the top 3, will he?
Yes, please. Yeah, we can get that.
You're going to bring me back.
No
more points for Joe.
Big round of applause for Dave.